let's start from the beginning. Why don't you tell us who you are and what your company do?
Definitely. Well, I am a Mexican born and raised and started investing in emerging markets 25 years ago. Started TC Latin America Partners 12 years ago to invest only in real estate in Latin America. So we have raised three funds, three for regional investments, two in the US to invest in the industrial market, and always connecting Latin America and US. So either bringing money from Latin America to invest in the US or money from around the world to invest in Latin America. So we have invested in residential, very little commercial, a lot of industrial, digital infrastructure, and healthcare. So we have developed clinics, built to suits in Colombia. We've done data centers. We own a portfolio of cellular towers in the whole region. And now, for the last 4 years, I know everyone talks about it, but we've been, developing and building a portfolio of industrial assets in Mexico.
In Mexico.
So
And that's a very hot topic here. Everybody's talking about
everyone's
for sure.
talking about it. So.
And where are the best opportunities?
I'll tell you, the two things after COVID, I think the residential market suffer a lot. We continue to have that deficit that everyone talks about it. There's a deficit and there's a deficit. But to be honest, right now it's really frozen because you have interest rates that are so high. So it's impossible for you to get a mortgage and for people to have the ability to pay a mortgage at these levels. So I believe the next 3 years will be either healthcare, because there's still a deficit of beds.
Absolutely.
Industrial. And industrial is interesting because, it's not about, you cannot go out and buy properties. You need to develop them because there's also a deficit. So there's always the story of deficit. And the third is digital infrastructure. We just sold one of our data centers in Colombia. We own this cellular tower portfolio, and we're going from, it's been an investment for 5 years, but we're going from 3G to 4G, now to 5G. And every time you add a G, you need more towers. So, it's becoming those three, I think, will be, kind of the engine of real estate in Latin America for the next 5 years.
Is there anything that would keep you up at night?
I think the political situation in Latin America is challenging. So, we constantly think, let's take the case of Mexico, that, has some issues on the political side. And then you think, how can that affect the nearshoring strategy?
Mhm.
We don't know yet. We believe we're protected because of the free trade agreement. We believe that the U.S. is a strong partner. But still, there's a lot of imbalances on the political side in the whole region, not only in Mexico. I mean, you see it in Brazil, you see it. So that shift brings challenges in the asset class.
If you had to guess, how will the American market and European market be in 12 months? Where would you imagine? Are we going to see a lot of things getting bad in commercial real estate here in the US and in Europe? Or do you think it's not going to be as bad as people say?
I think everyone's talking about it. And I believe that when everyone's talking about it and there's smoke, I believe there's fire. We're based in New York. We're a registered SEC firm. When I see the office market in New York and I talk to people and some companies that own the assets, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
We see a lot of funds just giving back the keys of assets because the leverage is too high.
Too high.
So
Rates.
I think we're going to see a correction. And it's different. You cannot compare crises. Each crisis has their own identity. So saying that it's going to be worse or better than the GFC in 2008 is not fair. I think here we're coming from asset values were too high. Things were levered because interest rates were too low.
It's a correction.
And you need this to rebalance. So, Latin America is in a different situation right now. I don't think, leverage is not the problem in Latin America today. The problem is we have our own issues. Yes. So the issue, I think, right now in Latin America is how you keep that balance between the political, economic, and the opportunity, right?